Lamborghini, a surname that is currently considered a reference in luxury supercars. The name instantly conjures up images of the fastest, most luxurious cars on the planet. See the story of Lamborghini founder Ferruccio Lamborghini, who was once called a redneck by none other than Enzo Ferrari, the creator of the Ferrari brand. Discover how a redneck created a brand that even today is synonymous with excellence in the supercar market. And see how the brand has influenced automotive culture and what makes it so special among consumers. But you will only know all this if you watch the video until the end. So let's go. Welcome to our channel. If you like our content, leave a like and subscribe to the channel in gratitude. Did you know that Ferruccio Lamborghini was born on the 28th of April, therefore, he is a Taurus. That's why the logo shows the figure of a bull. In fact, there are controversies about this story. Some say that Ferruccio decided to use the bull as a symbol after visiting a ranch in Spain where fighting bulls were raised, and he was impressed with the animals. In fact, it's quite likely that both versions are correct, as one of Lamborghini's models, the Acelero, was named after a famous bull that slaughtered a very famous bullfighter in the arena. Did you also know that Ferruccio was the founder and the great mind that brought the company to life? But during the Second World War, he was responsible for the maintenance of the vehicles of the Royal Italian Air Force. The war scenario meant that Ferruccio was increasingly forced to use creativity to keep everything working there, since getting new parts was almost impossible. And in this case, using creativity meant that he had to reuse what he had on hand, in other words, scrap. Ferruccio Lamborghini was born in the province of Ferrara, Italy, 106 years ago, on April 28, 1916. Passionate about cars, the son of farmers became rich making tractors. Now the Lamborghini story begins with the bitter taste of revenge. Ferruccio Lamborghini, then owner of a farm tractor company, was passionate about fast cars and therefore owned a Ferrari 250 GT. He didn't like Enzo Ferrari's crooked response when he headed to report a persistent clutch failure on his car. Enzo Ferrari said, "You don't know anything about cars, go drive tractors." Ferruccio Lamborghini responded with a promise of creating a better brand. The promise was fulfilled, and in 1963 Ferruccio Lamborghini Automobili was born in Italy, just 17 kilometers from Ferrari's facilities. The first model of the new Italian supersports car manufacturer was the 350 GTV in 1964, followed by the Miura P400 in 1966. The name Miura, a breed of bulls, comes from the fact that Ferruccio is a bullfighting aficionado. Alongside this passion, the fact that this is an astrological sign Taurus also contributed to the association between the brand and the image of the imposing animal that is still part of the logo. The 70s were difficult for the brand, which ended up going bankrupt as a result of the constant oil crises that haunted the super sports market, having been sold to a group of Swiss investors. Also around this time, Lamborghini saw its tractor division sold to Fiat. Ferruccio left the brand and died in 1993. In 1987, the American Chrysler bought Lamborghini from the Swiss, and already in the 90s one of the most successful models of the Italian brand was born, the Diablo, 1990. Although the model was successful, at the end of the decade Lamborghini went through financial difficulties again, and was acquired by an Indonesian group. In 1998 Audi, which currently belongs to the Volkswagen Group, buys the Italian construction company, saving it from going bankrupt once again. From then until 2008, when the global economic crisis began, production registered a significant growth of a brand that sells itself mainly for the iconic character of its models. Currently, the brand has been expanding through the vehicle market. Since the period of its purchase by Audi, the brand has already launched several vehicles from supercars to yachts. Currently, there are rumors that the brand is valued at 7.5 billion euros, but none of the rumors have been proven to be true. If you liked this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel in gratitude for our work, and also enjoy and see some other video from our channel. Thank you so much for watching until the end.